In today's news, Minister of Cities, Local Government and Public Works launches street draining cleaning operation in Male. Foreign Minister condemns calls for Palestinian displacement, and MMPRC names Fabrizio Romano as Global Brand Ambassador for Visit Maldives.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to MMTV News in English. I'm your host for the evening, Shama Shoaib. As we celebrate International Women's Day on March 8th every year, Maldivian history showcases the resilience and skill of its women. From expert homemakers to master craftswomen, they play a vital role in shaping the nation. Despite these contributions, do Maldivian women receive the respect they deserve today?
Findings from the Ministry of Social and Family Development last year reveal persistent barriers to women's political participation. Economic, social, religious, and cultural barriers hinder their leadership and governance roles. Beyond politics, Maldivian women confront workplace inequality, weak legal protections, and financial barriers. Pay gaps persist, leadership roles favor men, and workplace harassment remains underreported due to inadequate legal safeguards. While women dominate education and healthcare, systematic biases hinder their advancement. Despite these challenges, the government has taken steps to empower women and bridge these gaps. President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu's vision for women's empowerment is carving new pathways for progress. To promote financial independence, a 100 million rupiah loan scheme for women was launched within the first 100 days. The government also revised the Decentralization Act to strengthen women's development committees through clearer roles and better resources. The amendment set guidelines for government grant allocations and introduced a 3,000 rupiah Ramadan allowance for eligible committee members, reinforcing the recognition of women's leadership in local governance. Maldives takes pride in women leading crucial sectors like education and healthcare. In 2023, the Education Ministry reported that 75% of teachers in the Maldives were women, with 78% being Maldivian. These figures highlight opportunities for development, especially for women. In healthcare, women play a significant role, particularly in public health and primary care, though career advancement remains challenging. Meanwhile, women continue to break barriers in sports. In 2025, the national women's basketball team won a historic silver medal at the 3rd Sabah Women's Basketball Tournament. In 2024, Dima Ali became the first Maldivian to qualify for the Olympics through competition by winning the singles event at the South Asian Qualification Tournament. In 2023, sisters Fatimat Nabaha and Aminat Nabiha Abdul Razak made history at the Botswana International Series as the first Maldivians to face off in a BWF-recognized final, with Nabaha emerging victorious. Nihaya Ahmed, a dominant force in chess, has won every national competition she has entered and earned multiple international accolades. These achievements showcase the extraordinary potential of Maldivian women in sports. Today's Maldivian women reject the outdated notion that this is not women's work. Across the islands, they have taken to the seas as fisherwomen, entered the diving industry in growing numbers, and pursued careers as data scientists, engineers, pilots, and bus drivers. In every sphere where they were once told they could not succeed, Maldivian women continue to redefine possibilities and set groundbreaking examples. While we celebrate progress, true gender equality remains unfinished. The road ahead demands commitment, bold action, and belief in women's potential. Together, we move forward, unstoppable and unshaken.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdullah Khalil condemns calls for the displacement of Palestinians, denouncing them as unjust and unacceptable. Speaking at the extraordinary session of Foreign Ministries convened by the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, he stressed the urgency of protecting Palestinian rights and ensuring unintentional humanitarian aid to Gaza. The session was held in response to former US President Donald Trump's recent suggestion to relocate Palestinians from Gaza to Egypt and Jordan, despite a ceasefire agreement that halted Israel military operations since October 7, 2023. Egypt, Jordan, and other Arab and Islamic nations, including the Maldives, has rejected the proposal. Minister Dr. Khalil stressed that Israel violated the ceasefire and expressed deep concern over the ongoing genocide in Palestine. He condemned forced displacement and called for immediate, unrestricted humanitarian aid to Gaza, criticizing Israel's ongoing restrictions despite the truce. Brigadier General retired Farhad Shahir, the newly appointed CEO of Maldives Industrial Fisheries Company Limited, MIFCO, expresses confidence that the company can become a leading and profitable entity in the fisheries sector. Farhad emphasized the need for immediate reforms and strategic decision-making to revitalize the company and strengthen its position within the industry. Farhad brings 26 years of MNDF leadership experience, retiring as Vice Chief of Defense Force. With degree in military stars and military art and science from Indonesian Military College, he later served as a National Drug Control Board Chairman and IGMH CEO from 2014 to 2018, where he modernized healthcare services. Speaking to local media, Farhad highlighted the importance of sustainable development in fisheries, stating that if properly managed, the sector could reclaim its position as the Maldives' #1 industry. While collective efforts of all stakeholders, these obstacles could be overcome. Addressing MIFCO's current financial and operational difficulties, he stressed the urgency of taking decisive action to stabilize the company. We'll be back after a short break.
Ini kandam emebeke bimeshan ero
afta gahan nasibari komme nasibari engha sofia
mi homa eken ramdomoge niyada kuriyada promotion adibuna
200 rupiya mati komme vyaparayaka kasaga bodite inam
devare
500 rupiya 500 rupiya ebbar inam haddiha pas has coffee kongar bonnan pirisikdu istihare kemagina waake onde kele february bihin april 20
Yusan Fia roda hadiya marangalu
insan fiara roda hadiya promotion.
Welcome back. This is MMTV News in English. Moving further, Funadu MP Mohammed Hamdoun raises concerns over what he perceives as inconsistencies in the Maldivian Democratic Party's MDP's approach to governance and parliamentary proceedings, depending on whether the party is in power or in opposition. Speaking on MMTV's Bodu Khabar program, he addressed the anti-defection law and its implications for parliamentary stability. MP Mamdouh noted that both the 18th and 19th parliaments were involved in drafting and refining the anti-defection law. He emphasized that the 19th parliament, which held an MDP supermajority, had strongly advocated for preserving the integrity of elected representatives, ensuring that MPs remained aligned with their original mandate rather than contributing to political instability. He suggested that recent discourse on the matter appeared to diverge from previously established positions. Furthermore, he highlighted that the constitutional amendment related to the anti-defection law had been enacted with the support of 78 lawmakers, reflecting a broad consensus at the time. In light of this, he questioned whether judicial intervention in such a legislative decision would be appropriate, stressing the importance of upholding parliamentary autonomy and respecting established legislative process. Ministry of Cities, Local Government and Public Works initiates a large-scale effort to clean Male's drainage system as part of a comprehensive strategy to mitigate the city's persistent flooding problems. The 6-month operation aims to enhance water flow and minimize the impact of heavy rainfall on residents. The cleanup officially commenced on March 8th at 9:30 a.m. on Majidi Magu near Luxury Store, where Minister Adam Sharif Umar personally oversaw the progress. Teams were deployed across the city to clear drainage canals and roadways, prioritizing flood-prone areas and major roads. In an interview with local media outlets, Minister emphasized the urgency of the initiative, highlighting that inadequate drainage infrastructure has exacerbated flooding in recent years. He noted that the blocked canals and waste accumulation in streets have hindered proper water absorption, complicating flood management and causing significant disruptions in daily life. The state electric company Stelco identifies consistent electricity usage patterns across Male and Hulumale during the first 7 days of Ramadan. According to data released by the utility provider on a post on social media X, electricity consumption follows a predictable daily cycle, with usage dropping between midnight and 6 a.m. before steadily rising through 9 a.m. The most pronounced surge occurs between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., coinciding with peak office hours and rising temperatures. A second major consumption period emerges between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m., which Stelco attributes to increased kitchen appliance usage during Ramadan. While consumption decreases between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., usage again rises to midday equivalent levels until midnight. Stelco is urging residents to practice energy conservation during these identified peak periods. That's all for tonight. Thank you for tuning to MMTV. Have a pleasant day.